And so I'm in the mode where I'm trying to persuade these two actors who I don't have backups for in my mind, trying to convince them. It didn't take any convincing because they just both said yes immediately when I reached out, but I texted them directly.
Cool.
And then we talked a lot, had a lot of conversations. I had them both over, they met each other, and then a couple months later we were on set.
Came home and I remember my face being so flushed thinking about this impending disaster that was about to happen, and also really kind of rooting and sitting in that rebellion of the moment too.
I think it's extremely strange. I want to know more about the presence of Taylor Swift, who sort of leads this like mean girl clique. There were other female artists such as Billie Eilish who were releasing albums in the sort of tailwinds of her last release. I forget what it was called. I'm just so oversaturated with Taylor Swift. But anyway, she was manipulating all of her new releases to keep these women from hitting #1.
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina. Now listen up, people. Hollywood rumors can be more dramatic than the actual movies, and sometimes they're way funnier too. Case in point, Justin Baldoni, director extraordinaire and all-around nice guy, reportedly locked horns with none other than Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift. Think of it as a $400 million tug-of-war, except instead of a rope, they're using legal documents. Who would have guessed that the man behind heart-wrenching rom-dramas would end up feuding with a snarky superhero and a chart-topping superstar? Welcome to the strangest behind-the-scenes saga you never knew you needed. Grab your popcorn, folks. This might be the most expensive inside joke in Hollywood history. Justin Baldoni first stole hearts as Rafael on Jane the Virgin, only to step behind the camera and make us all cry in actual theaters. He's got a reputation as the soulful guy who wants to inspire humanity. So, when word spread that he might be embroiled in a nasty, high-stakes fiasco, fans collectively raised an eyebrow. Justin? The ultimate nice dude with a penchant for heartfelt monologues? Could he really be caught up in a $400 million dispute? Now, before we spill the tea, don't forget to like and subscribe, because let's face it, we all got bills to pay. Now back to the drama. No one was more stunned than the rumor mill itself. At first, the whispers were barely audible. A little friction here, some creative differences there. Then the name Ryan Reynolds popped up like a comedic whack-a-mole, and things escalated.
Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and apparently, though the name is blacked out, there's an assumption, well-founded, that it's Taylor Swift, her BFF.
Suddenly, this wasn't just a spat over lighting and camera angles. It was a full-blown Hollywood meltdown, with talk of defamation suits, extortion claims, and possibly the biggest cameo twist of all time, Taylor Swift. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds is many things: a comedic genius, a charming leading man, an owner of a razor-sharp wit so powerful it might actually be banned in certain time zones. You'd think pairing him with Justin Baldoni, a director who loves heartfelt stories, would create a perfect fusion of heart and humor, but apparently that synergy turned into a my jokes versus your vision showdown. According to the grapevine, Ryan wanted more quips, more comedic timing, and maybe even an improvised dance number. Just speculation here, but it wouldn't be shocking. Justin, though, aimed for an emotional crescendo that would make audiences bawl their eyes out. Cue dramatic tension. Enter Taylor Swift, possibly phoning in from a top-secret pastel-colored command center. Let's talk about the soundtrack conversation allegedly snowballed into, let's fix this entire movie.
I think you can tell a lot about people based on how they fight or argue. And I think with this film, I went into it having scripted out a few different scenes and knowing that I wanted to show one of them in depth and at length.
Because, writing chart-topping albums can apparently be excellent practice for rewriting entire scripts. While no one has confirmed that Taylor tried to slip in a cameo for her cats or a hidden lyrical Easter egg, the rumor alone is enough to give the internet a mild panic attack. It sounds like something out of a medieval fantasy novel. The big bad dragons swoop in to guard their precious storyline. But in this Hollywood version, the dragons are Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
Blake Lively says in a text message that she too has her dragons, Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
A formidable duo if there ever was one. One breathes comedic fire. The other has an army of devoted fans so loyal they might actually learn to fly if she asked them to. Apparently, they earned the nickname Dragons because whenever their requests weren't met, things got a little heated. Some say it was more a playful joke than an actual threat. Others paint a picture of behind-the-scenes group chats complete with ominous lines like, "We'll scorch the place if we don't get that scene changed." Whether that was literal or figurative is anybody's guess, but let's hope it didn't involve actual flamethrowers.
So it was always a part of the process establishing the visuals, and I'd reach out to a video director and I'd say, hey, I think it would be cool if the concept was that we were you'd come up with concepts.
Okay.
And over time, I started to take on more and more responsibility, and the more responsibility I took on creatively, the happier I was.
From the outside looking in, one can't help but imagine Ryan sending a flurry of witty voice notes while Taylor crafts a brand new lyric about breathing fire on doubters. Now we reach the part of the story where it stops sounding like a whimsical behind-the-scenes spat and starts resembling a reality show spin-off.
And when it came time to shoot, we filmed them breaking up. We filmed them falling in love, some of the dialogue with that. But I kind of, as we got closer to it, I was like, it's going to be the fight. I think that we had scripted it out, what their intentions were and what exactly it is that's the catalyst for this fight.
Justin Baldoni's side of the rumor claims that Ryan and Taylor banded together to smear his name to the tune of a jaw-dropping $400 million. Let's put that number in perspective. That's about 13 million venti lattes, or enough money to fund several small nations. Rumor has it they threatened to unleash a PR hurricane if he didn't cave to their creative demands. The phrase civil extortion has even been tossed around, which sounds like something a mob boss might do. But apparently, it's just another day at the office in Hollywood. Instead of sending goons in shiny suits, you send out a couple of cryptic tweets and watch the internet do the rest. With Ryan's comedic following and Taylor's Swifties, the threat might be as devastating as a medieval siege, just with more hashtags and memes. Could it really be that the two comedic music powerhouses decided to go full Mean Girls meets Suits on Justin? Or is this all one big misunderstanding where a couple of sarcastic text messages got taken out of context? One thing's certain. If you're going to accuse Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift of defamation, you'd better have some concrete receipts. Otherwise, the internet is going to eat that drama alive. Taylor Swift is no stranger to drama. We've seen her navigate countless public feuds. Some turned into platinum records, others turned into pop culture moments we still meme about today. Usually she's the master of flipping a narrative with a single cryptic Instagram post. This time, though, her signature stealth approach seems to have kicked into overdrive. According to insiders, she's had no official response to these swirling allegations. No subtle lyric changes, no pointed acceptance speeches. Silence. Cue ominous dun dun dun. Of course, the Swifties immediately took notice. Could their queen truly be radio silent on something this juicy? If anything, her hush might speak volumes. Maybe she's genuinely caught off guard, or perhaps she's quietly brainstorming a new single titled Lawsuits and Laughter. The rumor mill claims her PR team is on red alert, drafting and redrafting statements that may never see the light of day. Because let's face it, when you're used to controlling your image so flawlessly, even a whiff of legal trouble can feel like the ultimate sour note. By this point, the story spread faster than a viral dance challenge. Social media turned the rumor into a grand spectacle. Memes of Ryan Reynolds as a literal dragon overshadowed pictures of a bewildered Justin Baldoni, while Taylor Swift soared through the sky in fan art, spewing musical notes instead of fire. Whether you're Team Baldoni or Team Let's Make Justin Rewrite the Script, you can't deny it's a bizarrely entertaining saga. From talk shows to Twitter threads, everyone had an opinion. Late-night hosts poked fun at Ryan's comedic prowess, turned Hollywood intimidation, while tabloids dissected every paparazzi shot of Taylor Swift, hoping to glean whether she was sporting a secretly plotting smile. If all press is good press, then this fiasco might be the best unintentional marketing campaign in the history of free publicity. Producers everywhere probably took notes. Step 1, cast A-list people. Step 2, wait for meltdown. Step 3, profit. Then came the whispers that made half of Hollywood tremble. Subpoenas could be flying around. The thought of Ryan Reynolds or Taylor Swift surrendering their phones for legal inspection is equal parts thrilling and terrifying. Picture a courtroom projector shining a giant group chat for everyone to see, complete with poorly timed GIFs, random memes, and jokes that seemed hilarious in the moment but become cringeworthy under legal scrutiny. If it does go that far, can you imagine Taylor Swift taking the witness stand in some chic, subdued ensemble, calmly stating, "Yes, Your Honor, I did send that emoji, but it was purely interpretive." Meanwhile, Ryan might try to lighten the mood with a witty one-liner, only for the judge to respond with, "Sir, this is a court of law, not a comedy club." For Justin Baldoni, the entire experience could be vindicating. if it proves there really was a behind-the-scenes campaign to push him around. Or it could backfire, depending on how those messages read in black and white. One thing is sure, nobody in Hollywood wants to star in a real-life soap opera titled Dragons vs. Directors. But with rumors as big as these, the legal roller coaster is already chugging along. All that's left is to see who decides to get off first, and who's too committed to the ride to jump ship now. In the grand scheme of the entertainment industry, this fiasco could be a cautionary tale about letting too many cooks, or comedic geniuses and pop icons, in the creative kitchen. Directors might start adding disclaimers to contracts. No secret group chats allowed, unless they come with coffee runs. Studios might realize that comedic flair and emotional depth can indeed coexist, provided no one tries to forcibly rewrite the entire script via midnight text messages. And there you have it, the bizarre tale of Justin Baldoni allegedly standing up to Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift, the unstoppable dragons with the combined power to make the internet swoon or scream at their command. Is it all a giant misunderstanding? Or did comedic banter turn into creative sabotage? We may never know every detail, but the sheer scale of this rumored $400 million face-off proves one thing. Hollywood's biggest dramas aren't always on the big screen. So what do you think? Are Ryan and Taylor the ultimate comedic pop power couple whose comedic zeal simply got misread? Or did they intentionally scorch poor Baldoni's cinematic dreams? So, how does this surreal Hollywood dramedy wrap up? One potential ending is a hush-hush settlement that leaves us all with a collective case of FOMO. Imagine Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni sharing an awkward handshake behind closed doors, while Taylor Swift's legal team quietly shreds a mountain of NDA documents. The public might never learn the real story, turning the entire ordeal into an urban legend that grows more outrageous with time. Or we could get the full Monty, a courtroom showdown with cameras camped outside, breathless reporters analyzing outfits, testimony, and facial expressions. Maybe someone will slip a comedic jab on the witness stand that breaks the internet. Netflix would scramble to secure the rights to the docu-series titled Tears, Texts, and Taylor, The Hollywood Showdown. Merch would appear. Someone on Etsy might sell dragon plushies signed by Ryan Reynolds. Drop your theories in the comments below. Hit that like button if you're as fascinated as we are. And don't forget to subscribe for more piping hot celebrity tea. Because in a world where dragons exist, and sometimes text you at 3 a.m. demanding script changes, you never know what plot twist might be lurking just around the corner. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed only on Tea Time with Tina.